There are many types of copy to write for different clients, different formats, and different audiences. As you gain experience writing for different industries and niches, you will learn how to tailor your copy accordingly. But let's start big and broad. The following tips will help you develop convincing copy that helps you and your clients reach their goals. Write with this advice in the back of your mind no matter what assignments you have in front of you. Number 1, do your research. Now, there are 2 types of research that are essential to excellent copywriting. You must be informed on the subject that you're writing about, and you must know who will be reading your copy. The first type of research is self-explanatory. If you're writing about the history of the music industry, you will have to make sure you know your facts are correct and your stories are right. Readers and clients who later found out that your copy is inaccurate or wrong may not be able to trust the next piece that you write. There is so much information online today. Make sure that you're grabbing information from legitimate, reputable sources. And the second type of research is research about the audience who will be reading your copy. Every type of copy, whether it's a web page or a brochure, it serves a very specific purpose. Do you want to inform or do you want to persuade? What message are you trying to send? Once you have established these goals, think about the readers who you want to see and receive the message. The following questions should guide your initial research. What do the readers have in common? What does the average day look like for your readers? What values do they hold? Where will your readers view your copy? And what issues or problems do they might have? So after research, tip number 2 is to include the research in your copy. Back up your copy with relevant facts, quotes, and sources. Even if you or your client have not built up a reputation of trust with an audience yet, citing relevant information from reputable sources will help you get there. Tell your story through statistics and experiences of others. Just remember to credit your sources accordingly to the relevant legal and editorial guidelines. Tip number 3 is to write in the reader's language. If you have done some research on your readers, you will understand and should be able to write in their so-called language. For example, the audience who is looking for landscaping services will not use the same terms as actual landscaping professionals. Readers with little to no knowledge on a subject will be able to understand industry jargon. Knowing the language of your readers is important for physical and digital copy. If your readers don't know technical terms, they won't use those terms in search engines. So instead, use keyword research to find out how readers will describe their problems, their questions, and what they're looking for, what they think the solutions are to the products that your service or brand might offer. Tip number 4 is to just ask your client questions. Now, before you write down a single word, you should be asking yourself and your clients a lot of questions. In fact, answers from your client may be able to save you time from doing a lot of research. Whether your client is a CEO of a greeting card company or the owner of a pet sitting business, they should know their goals and their audience. The answers to these questions will also help you arrange a schedule and help you write the right copy for your first draft. You can ask them stuff like, what are your business goals and how does this copy fit into your overall strategy to achieve those goals? What can you tell me about your readers who will be viewing this copy? What type of language, like the tone and style and jargon, will best represent your business or brand? And where do you intend on placing this copy? Tip number 5 is to write for where the copy will be read. The world of marketing, advertising, and writing has made huge shifts in the past couple years. Businesses are investing more and more into SEO, content marketing, and other digital strategies. If you're putting your content on the web, you'll have to consider how your content will make an impact on the client's website. Tip number 6 is to direct readers with headings and organizations. If we paid our full attention to every word that we read, especially online, we would get a lot less done. People want their information fast and they want to move on quickly. In fact, almost half of all readers admit to skimming blog posts. So to accommodate for this, format and organize your content so that readers will enjoy your content and get the information that they need. One of the easiest ways to organize your copy is just using headings. When you add headings, you can give Google more context about what your content is about and make the copy more appealing to readers. Users will be able to scan through your copy and find the information that they need very quickly. Tip number 7 is to just keep it simple. Flair and personality are really important, but don't let these elements overshadow the message that you're trying to send. When you keep your language simple and concise and clear, you can get your message across faster. Now, this is another strategy to welcoming people to reading your copy without intimidation. If your copy is compelling, convincing, clear, and concise, they will spend less time reading and more time taking action. And the last tip I have for you guys is tip number 8. Give readers a next step, basically a call to action. Now, there's always a goal behind your copy. You want readers to buy a product, trust a brand, or make a donation. You won't be standing behind your readers as they consume your copy, so it's up to the reader to take the next steps and help you achieve your goals. At the end of your copy, you should provide your readers with a next step or a list of relevant resources. Where should they go for more information? Who should they contact to make a purchase? What are other sources of content that can help them? This adds extra value to your copy and moves the reader along something called the buyer's journey. Now, if you're really curious about becoming a better copywriter, I've actually recently launched a new online training program that costs less than $100 and includes a ton of videos about the skill and the art of copywriting. Now, because of the low price, I'm only letting in 100 hungry copywriters before I raise the price. So hurry up and check out my new training program in the description below. But before I end this video, I also want to give you 3 ways to apply your knowledge, just like I do in my training videos. Number 1, you need to write. You need to write way more. In a section I talk about in the full course, I talk about how important practice is to your writing abilities. Take an hour today and sit down and just write. Number 2, if you're stuck for what to write, search for some copywriting and content marketing prompts online. Just look at some examples. Which leads to tip number 3, find past copywriters and read what they put out. For example, you can go to my sales pages and study them. You can do the same with Tai Lopez's sales pages because you know that he makes millions of dollars with them. And also, for example, you can check out Dan Locke's stuff. Basically, just study your competition. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.